Was good with it, people? Was good. Happy Saturday night. Happy Saturday night. Spurs beat the Thunder. And Jigga Man sits up here and he does what Jigga does. You know what I'm saying? He addresses Drake, Jaguar, Dame, Os- Oskino. Yeah. Yeah. Dickie, look, I'm gonna keep it. Let's sit up here. Let's pause for a second. Let's address the elephant in the room right now. Right? Now let me just tell you this. My opinion, right? Pretty go like this. Drake got mad at Kendrick, right? For the Not Like Us, which I totally agree, right? And there was certain, if you heard the Iceman, you hear, him getting at Kendrick based off of that, saying like you didn't really need to sit up here and, you didn't have to do all that. You didn't have to say all that shit. Then Drake comes out on the Iceman and he kind of does the same thing that Kendrick said about him. He says it about Jay-Z, right? Now, I get the Epstein files because Jay-Z name was in the Epstein files or is in the Epstein files. I get it, right? Um, then you had Jaguar White, right, going off. Nicki. And then you even had Dang. Now check this out. Check this out. Jay-Z is, he does it. One thing about Jigga Man, he always does his tours. He give you a concert here and there. And I seen the footage of him going in. He had the fro. Made me miss my hair. I can't even lie to you. I miss my hair. Shit. But check this out. Check this out. For some reason, the last 2 years, right? The last 2 years, everybody has wanted to see Jigga Man go to jail. Not I. Because I don't know what none of the fuss is about. People say a lot of shit. And with them saying a lot of shit, sometimes they just say a lot of shit. Or they hear things and then they go back and just start rumors. Right? Now, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. There is a thing going on. So before I do get, but there has been, I've been seeing people podcast saying that Drake is bigger than Michael Jackson, Drake is bigger than Jay-Z, right? Now check this out. And meaning that as far as song wise, this generation, he's not. Drake is nice. But the difference between Drake and Jigga Man, before you even get to Michael Jackson, right? It go like this. When hip hop was at a standstill, right? When hip hop was at a standstill, Jigga Man was able to make rap as far as he was able to get it as far as being on some cold ass remixes. He actually, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. What Jigga Man did is Jigga Man in my opinion, right, where people like to give Diddy, right, a lot of, you know, they like to give flowers. Jay-Z did it actually from an artist perspective, right? From a rapper's perspective. And he pushed hip hop, okay? I will say that because without Jigga and his influence on rap, then yeah. So Jigga had it, okay? Jigga, like he said, he held it down. Jigga held it down. Biggie passed, Pac passed, even with the emergence of 50 Cent, the emergence of Eminem, the emergence of Nelly. You know what I'm saying? Jigga was still in there, right? He was still in there, and he was still making the hits, right? We've never questioned if anybody wrote Jay-Z's lyrics. So that's one, okay? We've It's documented. We have the Quinn Miller. There's with Drake and ghostwriters, right? Not to say that Drake can't write his own stuff, but when we have that, no, we've never. The only thing Jay Z's been accused of is saying big lines too many times. Never not of being creative. Never of um. If he even took a song, he took a song. He didn't take the lyrics of the song. Okay, so what? There's a very big difference this time, this generation versus the last. And then one thing I don't like, right? As far as the Drake thing, I don't like when you pay homage to somebody and then you get mad at them and then you want to diss them. Nah, like you can't, you can't, you can't diss everybody that you paid homage to and that you fuck with. Okay, Iceman is dope. It is hella sneaky. Okay, Iceman is nice, but it's hella sneaky. He going in on that motherfucker, right? He going in, but he go like this. I don't know. I don't know if Jay Z. I heard Jay Z was working on an album a year ago, but I heard he's not working on no album. I don't know. I know this though. To keep it 100 with you, that was a love tap. That was just a love tap. That was a love tap. Kanye West. Kanye West. Yeah, there's a lot of people that, I'm happy to see Jay Z speaking his mind because you have a lot of people that, for some odd reason, I don't know I don't know, but you have a lot of people that want to see Jigga Man in jail for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have that. That's just keeping it 100. You had that. You have it. Motherfuckers is ever since this Diddy situation, right? Ever since the Diddy situation. And I'm curious to see about even, it's funny because Jigga Man has done a lot of songs with Diddy Man. But remember in the little last year or sometime, he said he wasn't his friend, right? But check this out real quick. I know I'm getting through the gossip and shit. I was just trying to walk y'all down to this timeline. Drake not ready for Jigga Man. Okay. Kendrick is a different person. That's different. That's different. But Drake not. He's not. He don't want it. He doesn't. No. No. It's really unfair. Unfair. Because Jigga been in shit. So it sound cute or it look nice. Drake sitting up here calling out certain names, but nah. I'm hearing Jay-Z might be on Rick Ross album. We shall see. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Look, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Let's get to it real quick. Out of ass, like, this man stole the original nigga's name. He stole the nigga original. Like, look, bruh. Look, I know Rick Ross makes some nice ass songs, but it go like this. I don't understand when it comes to Rick Ross, right? I don't fucking understand how a motherfucker could be a correctional officer. And the times that we live in, right? A motherfucker could be a correctional officer, come out, make some songs about selling drugs. Nice songs. But there he has it. That's it's not a good look. Not a good look. Not a good look. I can't front. That's not a good look in my opinion. That's just not a good look. You know what I'm saying? You have motherfuckers like Black Thought, Talib Kweli. You have you have motherfuckers that put their heart and soul, and we get this. We get Rick Ross. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you. I heard Ray Daniels say, this is what Ray Daniels said, right, about the Jigga Man. Jigga Man, Ray Daniels said, Jigga Man made the hustlers, right, the street niggas feel great. I forget the exact term that nigga used, right, which is true. Right? Which is true. Here's the thing, though. How did Rick Ross, right? I understand but it's the message. It's the message. The message is, it goes like this. It's hella street rappers. And how many street rappers is really doing what they say they doing? They not. That's why I fucked with Drake. Because Drake wasn't really talking about selling drugs. Take Care ain't talking about selling drugs. Right? He talking about, you know what I'm saying? He might be talking about, taking niggas' females, but he wasn't talking about fucking selling drugs, hurting the community. Let me tell y'all something, right? I say this. If y'all don't know, my mom was a Junior Panther. My grandma was a Black Panther. Okay? Check this out. One of the biggest enemies outside of the government, right, that the Black Panthers was facing was the fucking drug dealers. Okay? Then when the government flooded you know what I'm saying? You know the story. But I say that to say the message, we supposed to be saying no to fucking drugs. And niggas is over here trying to flood the community with fake ass stories that they ain't even fucking doing. That they not even fucking doing. It ain't too many niggas out there right now rapping the real niggas. I'm not talking about you have some real niggas that's rapping, but not the niggas that's on the charts. I feel like your first 2 albums, you could get away with being on that. After the third, you touch some bread, your message should be a little bit different. You shouldn't play your whole career, your whole albums. From the time if you are 20 years in the game, 10, 15 years in the game, your music shouldn't sound like your first beginning projects. That is where I give your Nas's, your Jay-Z's, your Biggie's, your Tupac's, their albums never sounded like, it was different. It didn't sound like the same. Me Against the World does not sound like All Eyes on Me. Okay? The Black Album doesn't sound like Blueprint. It Was Written doesn't sound like Illmatic. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to elevate. And of course, beats change. I get that. But when we listen to Rick Ross, not all, because don't get me wrong, Ross does. That is what makes me so frustrated with Ross. Is because it feels like when Ross want to, Ross can give you some conscious shit. But what he prefer to do is give you that. And it just, as time goes on, it just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't hit. But look, check this out, bro. I would love to hear a Jigga album. Okay? Love to hear a new Jigga album. And I know everybody's about to get on him. Because Jigga Man did say Jigga Man did say he didn't want the battle, right? He said he didn't want no more battles in rap, right? But hey, check this out. It's not even a battle. I don't think this is a battle. This is not about who's the best, okay? When Nas and Jay-Z was going at each other, it was about who was the best at that moment in rap. When Biggie and Pac was going at each other, it was about who was, at that moment in time, who was the best out, who's selling the records, you know what I'm saying? This is not about that. This beef is not about that. To me, I don't look at it as a beef. Okay? I don't look at it as a beef. This industry shit. It's industry shit. It's probably not even fans' business of what the fuck is going on with them. You know what I'm saying? That's their business. Okay? But because now it's public record and motherfuckers is saying shit and niggas is getting sued and all this other type of shit. Okay? But let me tell you this. Once again, Drake is not a bigger rapper than Jay-Z. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about rapper. Okay? Just like Chris Brown is not better than Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, our parents, the baby boomers, some of our parents, right, literally grew up with Michael Jackson. Decades. Decades. So a motherfucker that's just been around 2 decades, we can't say that this motherfucker is better than a motherfucker that's been around 5 decades. Okay? That's like saying Drake is better than Stevie Wonder. You're not better than fucking Stevie Wonder. What the fuck is nigga talking about? What the fuck? No, bro. No. So I don't want to hear that. No. 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 If that's what we putting out there, you know what I'm saying? No. 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 I'm gonna cut that shit off right now. Don't even put Michael Jackson and Drake in the same motherfucking. They're not in the same. No. No. Another thing. It's about not only, put it to you this way. Michael Jackson has a song called Man in the Mirror, right? Fucking inspirational. How many motherfuckers got an inspirational song? It's easy to have some downfall shit. How many motherfuckers got an inspirational song? Okay? Not a heartbreak because a bitch broke my bad. A female done broke their heart. No. No. Talking about some real inspirational shit. That is what we don't have. Is inspirational in love. In love. So guess what? I heard somebody, Charlamagne said Drake makes fast food. Exactly. Makes fast food. Makes fast food. And that just does not, sometimes it just doesn't carry on long. Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't push because you making, you know, pop shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this. I know I spent too much time on here. Check this out. Y'all can go look at it. Jay-Z, he dissed them, right? About time, because motherfuckers been taking shots at Jay, and like I said, I don't know. I really don't know why. I got a partner I'm gonna send this shit to, cause he been on. Just put it in the comments, D, bruh. Put it in the comments. But he been on the same height, right? He been on the same height, right? I don't know what's up with Jigger. But yeah. Shout out to everybody, man. Hope everybody having a safe Saturday night. Be safe, man. Be safe out here. Be safe. Wherever you at, be safe. All right, I'm out. Peace.